Hello YouTube. We are going to do some sawmill maintenance. It is Sunday, the day after we sawed up all of them 2x4s, and the blower had a couple cracks in the welds that hold that plate what it bolts to. So anyhow, what we're going to do is we're going to get this motor removed off of here, take that motor mount up to the shop, and we're going to go ahead and weld it back up permanent. I can't believe that thing lasted the way it did for 2.5 years anyway. But this is our Sawdust collection blower, and it's basically I think it's about a 24-inch fan on that thing. The discharge pipe is 8-inch, and we have this choked down to 8-inch. I believe it's a 12-inch intake. This thing moves a lot of sawdust very quickly, and we just put a C-clamp on it yesterday to keep that thing from vibrating off of there while we were running it, and it needs a permanent fix done to it. So we'll go ahead and get this thing unbolted and get this bracket, this whole thing, back to the shop where we can get a really good weld on it. I'm not into doing the bush fixes and letting them go for too long, because it'll come back and bite you someday when you're trying to get something done. And we'll give you a little walk around here before we get out of here. Anyhow, I'll show you. That was from yesterday. We sold every bit of sawdust yesterday morning, and that was from sawing up them eddy siding and then them 2x4s. So this is a good source of revenue. We sell every bit of the sawdust, and that pays for our fuel. So let's go ahead and get this thing unbolted, and I'll keep you updated on what's going on here. Well, the motor has disappeared, and we got to take this and do some reinforcement on that. And you can see that was very light welded. So I marked everything where it was supposed to go, and when we put that centrifugal clutch on it yesterday, we had to persuade it with the hammer, and then that's basically when the thing said no more, and it quit. So, but yeah, here again, this is just the simple sawdust blower, and this thing works very well. I know John Frickin' Jeep, he's putting a blower on his Frick. So basically, this is a little walk around so he can see what our blower system looks like. So we'll be back at the shop, and we'll start welding on this thing. I'll see you then. Alrighty, we're ready to attack this thing, and then we can flip it over and get a good weld on it. I'm using my Miller-Matic 211. Good machine. There's just enough power for the work that I do. And then I'm going to try to get a tack underneath before I flip it on each side. Move this clamp out of the way. That'll hold her from rolling over, so we'll go ahead and get this thing flipped over and put some good welds on it. Okay, we got her flipped over. I cleaned it up a little bit more with the grinder. We'll go ahead and put some more weld on here, and then we'll cut a couple gussets and finish this little project up. That looks great. And that's like 4 times more in weld than it had. Do the same thing on this side, and can hear the pop, and there's a little bit of rust, but this isn't pretty. And that ought to do it. We'll cut a couple gussets, tack them in there, and we're going to call this little project done. Okay, what we did here is I cut a couple little gusset blocks. And this one here, I knocked the corners off it because it has to clear a weld on this side. So, and what I use is these little magnets, and they make it really nice. You just put the magnet in place, and it holds everything nice and square, right where you want it. We're not going to do that side right now, so we'll go ahead and get this one welded up, and this will give it so much more rigidity. I'm just putting them on the center, that way they don't interfere with no bolt holes or nothing. So let's go ahead and get a little weld on here. And I like to just tack it. Because this little plate here almost shut us down yesterday. So we'll go ahead and get these welded in, and we can go take this back up to the mill and put the whole thing back together, and we'll be good for another 100,000 miles. So we'll talk to you in a minute. Okay, we're back up at the mill. Everything's all welded up, and we're going to go ahead and bolt the plate back down first. And we'll get it ready to put the motor back on. I don't want to bore you here too long, but everything is a project, but it just needs done. I want to get this just a little closer to where it needs to be. But if you own equipment, eventually it will break. Promise you that. But it lasted a long time, so I can't really say much. And this is a good opportunity to change the oil in that blower, so I got the oil draining right now. How about that? It all lines up again. But yeah, if you're going to have a circle mill, this will be good. I can still slide this fairly easy. So we'll go ahead and get the motor back here. We'll get it bolted down, and we'll go ahead and get the belts readjusted, and we'll talk to you then. All right, we're coming down the home stretch here. Fresh oil, brackets nice and tight, welded up. So here's the proof. Realign the belts. Let's see how she starts. There we go. All right, let's see how it suctions in a bed here. There you go. Looks good. Let's go by the saw blade, see how much pull we have. And here's where it all happens, right here. Yeah, you can actually hear that thing. That pulley's a little bit bigger, so we're getting a little bit more suction. So oh yeah, everything's going. Yep. Well, I think we solved the problem of the blower starting up. It starts up real easy with that clutch. So yeah, we got a little bit of sawdust to clean up here. If I could make a small conveyor to send it in to the blade, because you get a little bit of overspray in the front of the saw like this. And also we have a little hose. I'm going to increase this to a 6-inch suction, and I'm going to hard pipe it, and that pulls on the back side of the blade, and anything that gets past the front, it kicks it right into this pipe, and that works very well. And oh yeah, while we're looking at this back of this conveyor, people say, well, could you get a top saw? Well, the distance from this board splitter to there is not much over to 22 inches, which is our maximum cut height. So we would jam this thing up in a hurry without building some sort of a set of rollers to hold it up. So it's just not worth it. So all right, we got that done, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one of our banked videos on for you to watch, and it'll be sawing more of that pine we did on Monday's video, but I want to give you a little Friday Eve video here. So we got the sawdust problem solved. The chop saw, now that we put the same clutch on this thing starts up just as easy. Don't need no more batteries, which if you don't need batteries, why run them? So all right, everybody, have a great Friday, and I will talk to you next time when I'm with the Eddie Horvath sawing up some more nice lumber. Talk to you then. Bye-bye. Alrighty, we're going to make you a random sawing video. We've been doing a lot of these today, and we're trying to bank up some videos. So I have on the carriage a 8-foot pine log. Oh, it's pretty hefty. We're going to cut some sheeting. So we're just going to saw random sheeting here. And the old 8-footers are so much fun to hit on the carriage. Alright, I'm going to pull up just a little bit. We don't want to miss the carriage. It's got a little bit egg shape to it, so it's going to roll kind of funny. So we'll hit the old get on pedals. Back the knees up a little bit more. That log's sitting pretty darn nice, huh? Oh. I'm going to bump that taper out a little bit on the back side. Reverse it back a little bit more. Alright, I like that. Master dog down, and let's get to work. Yeah, between loading sawdust and loading firewood and everything else, we've been getting kind of interrupted here today, and I like to run it forward all the time just to make sure that that log is going to not roll forward. So with all that being said, let's just start opening this bad boy up. Beautiful. That's the kind of slab cut you want, unless you're trying to make firewood. And this is almost one of them magic number type of logs where you gotta sort of watch your saw clearance. Get it out of there, Eddie. He's worried about the bark, and I'm worried about him getting caught rolling him back with the saw blade. decisions here. I'm gonna lay that down. I wasn't going to, but we don't want to make a big old nasty. Got to put that taper back. I think I did. Gotta go back just a little bit more. And I'm going to put that down on the headwalks. In fact, I could have probably got away with that, but I'll tell you what, let's taper that one again. I think I'm full out there. There we go. Alright, let's get this opened up on this face. I gotta take my hat off, I'm sweating. Twin turtles. You gotta watch what everybody's doing. And there's our magic number. What I'm trying to do here is get down to where we got a square shoulder. It always works good on the softwoods. And I think that'll do it. That's close enough. There's just a little bit of wane, but that'll be all right. Now, big logs are nicer to saw. Absolutely. Okay, let me roll the knees open. Boom. Yeah, I gotta put that taper away, otherwise we'll end up with a double tapered log. There we go. And we'll take it down in a couple cuts. Don't want to jam the swing saw up. This got a nice potential for 1x12. I think that's what we're going to do. Get 2 more boards. There we go. 12 1/4. Alright. Let's lay it down. Start pulling some 1x off. Back up just a and these little oblong logs are sometimes more of a challenge to turn, but try to slide this back right now. I think I can. Back and knees up just a little bit. Bring my loader arm up just a little bit here. That'll work. I think we'll be able to get the dogs down there. Let's see. Nope, a little bit more. Yeah, 8 foot, just a hair. We'll let that go. There we go. There's the laser. Let's start opening this face up. Go. And I'm going to take this down to a 6-inch cant. Then I'm going to take off 1x6. He needed some more 2x6, so we'll last piece off will be 2x6. Log wasn't big for long. Oh, good. We get one more piece off. Be close enough to 6. Perfect. Alright, it's laid down. I'm going to try to pump it forward just a little bit more. How's that sound? Let's pump her down a little bit more with the old loader arm up. And I don't want to get too much tension on that back one, but I'm going to try it. Yeah, we're going to let that go. Oh yeah, we got a hold of it. There we go. Got a little crack going on there. And that stayed nice and true. That's what you want, just that little scratching sound. And 1x6. And it's nice when you got a 3-guy crew on the other side. But it's nice when everything's nice and warmed up. It just runs better. Get him one more piece and a 2x, and that's it. In fact, he was using full 2x. That's perfect. That's just like, that's a no waste game there. So, all right, everybody. Hope you like this little video of our white pine. And we will talk to you later.